Okay, now that you have your keyword research out of the way, you know what you want to blog about. Let's put the blog together. Super simple to do. Empower Network makes it so simple to make a blog. Okay, so the first thing is I always click on this first little box right here because I can do everything that I want to in it. If you wanted to do just an audio, you could do that. If you wanted to just do a lot of pictures, you could do that. If you wanted to do multimedia, you could just do that. And then this will tell you what your drafts are. Okay, let's get down to business. Now, the first thing is you want to do a catchy, pique their interest title. So, for instance, if you're going to do one on Brad Pitt, and I'm just doing this off the top of my head, okay, we could put something catchy like, let's see, Brad Pitt attacked. You've got to see this. Something to that effect. Brad Pitt attacked. You've got to see this. Okay, and what that's doing is piquing their interest, so they're going to want to see more. Okay, now the thing to remember is the first paragraph is basically what they're going to see in the description on Google and in the whenever they first start reading. So you want to engage them the whole way through. Okay, so basically I would start with the title. Okay, whoops, I messed it up. Brad Pitt attacked. You've got to see this. Okay, now let's copy this, go down here, make it the first line, okay, because Brad Pitt is basically our main keyword. So obviously, we're going to put that all the way through this blog. And I'm going to go ahead and make it a heading 1 because that means it's huge. All right, and then we can go through here and get a picture. So if we go to Facebook, we could save any of these pictures, okay? Let's find a good catchy picture. Let's see. And we could even go to Google. I kind of want one that's showing him being attacked if we can find one. Let's see. And here's a video. We could also put a link to this video as well. Looks like we can get it over here. Okay. All right. This one looks like a pretty good picture. So we click on that. Let's go over here. It looks like this was on Time Magazine. So we can just right click, go to Save Image As, and then we'll put Brad Pitt. Okay. All right. I don't know where that's coming from. I think right there. All right. So let's pause that video. Let's go back over here to Empower Network. Now, to put a picture, you're going to see a little multimedia thing right here at the very end. You're going to click that. You're going to go to Upload from Computer. Click to browse your computer, and I'm going to type in Brad Pitt to get my picture. Okay, now it looks like it has to be 260 by 260. Okay, so what I'm going to do is come over here, and I have a resize. I'm going to resize the picture. So if you'll go to, let me find it here. It's picmonkey.com. PICMONKEY.com. You can resize the picture. So I'm going to click on the edit, bring up the picture. It's going to bring it over here. We're going to scroll all the way down to resize. Now, on here, it looks like it has to be at least 260 by 260. So what I always do is go over here to the last one and click 260. Okay? We're going to apply it, and then we're going to save it. And then we're going to go to save to my computer. And I'm going to save it as the same thing. Okay? So I'm going to replace the image. Now, let's come back over here. We're going to click to browse the computer. Brad Pitt. I've now resized it so it'll work. Okay, and then we're just going to go to Add Media. Okay, now, after this picture, oops, we're going to go to, and we're going to put some information. Okay, yada. And then we're going to make, I always do 3 headlines in the in the blog, just simply because it's easier to flow that way. So maybe we could talk about, let's go to our keywords and see what we got over here. Brad Pitt awards, Brad Pitt pictures. We need to put all of these keywords inside this blog somewhere. So we could talk about Brad Pitt, let's see, shows off his awards or something, something to that effect. And then we could go down here and we could talk about that, yada, put a couple of sentences about it. And then we're going to come up here and make this a heading 2. Okay. You always want to have a heading 1 and a heading 2. And then we're going to come back over here and get another keyword. Let's see. Brad Pitt and Angela Jolene kids. We could put something like Brad Pitt and Angela Jolene. I don't even know if I'm spelling this right, but you see what I'm saying. Affects kids, or something to that effect. Okay. And we'll make this a heading 3. Okay. Super simple. Then we're going to go in here and talk about how this could affect their kids, blah, 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 blah. Now, we have the article made. So we got to put a call to action. So, here's what I do. I always put like a picture. Okay, let me go find one on my computer. Let's see. Let me find something catchy. Free training. Get access. Well, that's not going to work because I have to resize it. Let me find one that's good. Okay. Join my team. Okay. I like this one. All right. This is a call to action. Join my team. So I could put something like get paid to blog about what interest, or get paid to blog about juicy news. Okay. And then I would put this, I might center it. Okay. Oops. I think let's go to center. Where is that at? Center. Okay. And I would probably put this bigger. So I would come over here and do maybe like a heading 2. Okay. Now, we got to put this to go somewhere. Okay. We need it to go to your Empower Network. So, whoops, wrong one. So, do you see the little chain link right here? You would put your Empower Network URL right here. So, let me go get mine real quick. Let me find it. I got so much stuff that I keep in a notepad that I need to find it. Okay. Now, you want them to go to your capture page in Empower Network, okay, because you want to capture their email, all right? Don't send it to your actual link to where they watch the video, because you want to capture their email address. So, and I always just click open in a new tab. That way they can have this tab up, okay? All right. Now, we need to publish it. So, if you'll come down under here, it says add member names or product purchase. Okay. This means you always want to put a public blog. That way, that tells the system to put it out there to Google. Okay. Now, you can control who sees this on your team. Let's say that you did a blog about, let's see, training. Okay. Like a lot of times, I'll do training just for my inner circle members, because I'm going to give them a little bit more value than I would people that are just at the $25 level. Why? Because they've invested more money. Okay, so I want to give them a bang for their buck. You know what I mean? So you can decide who you want to see this. So if you want everybody on your team, then you can click all members. If you want to just, if you want just the ones that have the $25, you can click that, and you can add as many as you want. Okay, so for training purposes, I'm just going to put public blog. Okay. Now, then it's going to tell you to please select a blog. Just select your Empower Network blog, and then you're going to select a category. Here you can add new categories. Like, let's say you love sports. You can add a sports category and people can actually click on the blog, and then on the right it's going to show all these categories. So I have testimonials, reviews, a 60-day action plan. I have tons of different categories. Okay, so just pick one. I'm just going to pick Empower Network for this purpose. Now, I don't really mess with the meta title tag. You don't have to. Okay, now, this is where you're going to see your keywords. Okay, I always leave these up here, but since I just, didn't really make any keywords, it's actually showing some of them up. But you want to come down here and get your keywords. Be sure they're separated by commas. Okay, you're going to copy them, and you're going to go right here and paste. Okay, this is going to tell Google, hey, when somebody types in Brad Pitt awards, Brad Pitt pictures, Brad Pitt and Angela Jolie kids, then your blog should come up. Okay, now it gets a little bit more in depth. You need to syndicate it and all of that, and don't worry, I'm going to teach you that in the next video. But for this purpose, I want you to create a blog. Okay, and then you can change this right here. The meta description is what they're actually going to see in Google. Okay, so for instance, if we go to Google and we type in Brad Pitt, okay, then do you see how it'll come up all these different things, and then it has a few of the sentences? This is where the meta description comes in. So you need something catchy. Okay, you need to grab their attention. So maybe you could put it puts the title in there automatically. Then you could put something like, you've got to see this, blah 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 blah. Okay, interesting article, whatever the case may be. Actually, you may not be able to edit those. I always thought you could, but maybe you can't. Anyway, okay, you see what I'm saying? You can save it as a draft if you want to come back to it, or you could just hit publish. When you hit publish, you can still come back and edit it if you want to. Okay, so you would hit publish, and then it's going to show up right here. All right, now in the next video we're going to show you how to syndicate it and tell Google, hey, you need to put my blog up when somebody types in that keyword.